A mysterious glow, unexplainable by science, has appeared on consecrated hosts throughout history. In some cases, priests and believers alike have claimed to witness extraordinary events, manifestations that defy reason and ignite discussions on the nature of divine presence. But what happens when an event like this is captured in modern times, shared across social media, and dissected by millions? Could this be a supernatural sign, or is there another explanation hidden beneath centuries of faith and skepticism? The belief in Eucharistic miracles is deeply embedded in Catholic tradition. According to church teachings, when the priest consecrates the bread and wine during Mass, these elements undergo transubstantiation, becoming the body and blood of Christ while maintaining their outward appearance. If you enjoy content that helps you grow spiritually, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and join our community for more inspiration. Let's get started. This core doctrine is based on Christ's own words at the Last Supper, forming the foundation of Catholic worship. For hundreds of years, Catholics have thought of the Eucharist as the most truly meeting with God, a direct link with God's presence. Throughout history, numerous accounts of miraculous phenomena linked to the Eucharist have been recorded. Stories of bleeding hosts, unexplained lights, and even levitations during consecration have appeared in various periods, often reinforcing the devotion of those who witness them. Some of these cases have been investigated by the Church, with a few receiving formal recognition as supernatural events. However, every claim demands a thorough examination before being accepted as a genuine divine manifestation. Eucharistic miracles are strong statements for Christians that make their faith stronger and inspire them to be more devoted. For those who accept them as authentic, they provide tangible reassurance of Christ's ongoing presence. Yet, the Church remains cautious, urging prudence and discernment when encountering such extraordinary claims. Theological and scientific evaluations are often necessary before recognizing any event as a true miracle. The phenomenon in Costa Rica, involving a priest whose hands seemingly disappeared during the elevation of the host, is now part of this long history of unexplained occurrences. Unlike past events, however, this one has spread rapidly through digital media, amplifying speculation and discussion. While some view it as undeniable proof of divine intervention, others remain skeptical, considering alternative explanations. Father Ronald Rojas Gomez, a well-respected priest in Costa Rica, had performed countless Eucharistic celebrations without incident. That particular day, however, was unlike any other. Inside the modest church, the faithful gathered as they did each morning, filling the pews with quiet reverence. The Mass progressed as expected, each moment unfolding in perfect harmony with centuries of tradition. As the consecration began, the atmosphere inside the church grew unusually still. There was a lot of excitement in the room, but no one could have known what was going to happen. There are times in life when we encounter moments that challenge everything we thought we knew, when the line between the physical and the spiritual blurs. In those moments, true understanding and guidance can illuminate the path forward. This is exactly what The Secret of Jesus' Apparitions offers, a path to clarity and peace through his revelations. This ebook goes into his prophecies and offers insight into what lies ahead. It's available for free in the pinned comment. Grab it now before the edition's gone. With his gaze fixed on the sacred host, the priest raised it in solemn devotion. His hands, steady and firm, held the consecrated bread as he repeated the words of Christ. Those closest to the altar noticed something strange almost immediately. A flickering distortion surrounded his hands, subtle at first, but intensifying within seconds. Some of the congregants blinked, certain it was a trick of the light. Others instinctively leaned forward, sensing something extraordinary. The moment the priest elevated the host, the inexplicable occurred. His hands faded from view. Gasps echoed through the church as worshippers struggled to process what they were seeing. The fingers that had held the Eucharist moments earlier had vanished entirely, leaving only the sacred host suspended mid-air. Some claimed a golden radiance enveloped the altar, while others swore they saw a face within the light. The phenomenon lasted mere seconds, but for those present, time seemed to stretch indefinitely. As the host remained raised, awe turned into hushed murmurs. Some fell to their knees, overwhelmed by emotion, while others instinctively clasped their hands in prayer. A few reached for their phones, attempting to capture what their eyes struggled to believe. Father Ronald, however, remained unwavering, his voice steady as he continued the consecration. If he had noticed the commotion, he gave no indication, fully immersed in the sacred moment. When his hands reappeared, they did so gradually, as if materializing from an unseen realm. The murmurs intensified, a mixture of reverence and disbelief rippling through the congregation. Eyes darted between the priest and the host, seeking answers in the silence that followed. Even before the Mass concluded, the speculation had begun. Had they just witnessed a miracle, or was there another explanation waiting to be uncovered? News of what had transpired spread quickly beyond the walls of the church. Some of those present wasted no time in sharing their accounts, their voices trembling with a mixture of excitement and disbelief. Within hours, videos and images from the Mass began circulating on social media. The footage, though shaky and grainy, captured the exact moment when Father Ronald Rojas Gomez's hands appeared to vanish. Comments flooded in from viewers across the world, ranging from expressions of devotion to outright skepticism. As discussions gained momentum, certain patterns emerged among the testimonies. Several attendees insisted they had seen a radiant glow surrounding the host, unlike any earthly light. Others spoke of an overwhelming sense of peace that had washed over them in that instant. A few, however, dismissed the event entirely, attributing it to camera distortion or an optical illusion caused by the church's lighting. The stark contrast in perspectives fueled heated debates, dividing opinions among believers and skeptics alike. Religious communities and independent investigators took interest in the event almost immediately. Some theologians viewed the occurrence as a sign meant to reignite devotion to the Eucharist, reminding the faithful of Christ's real presence. Local Catholic groups organized prayer gatherings in response, embracing what they believed to be divine intervention. Meanwhile, digital analysts began dissecting the video frame by frame, searching for inconsistencies that could debunk the claims. The possibility of a technical glitch was explored, with some arguing that modern recording devices often fail to capture movements accurately under certain lighting conditions. A moment unlike any other had arrived. If you've ever felt drawn to truths, don't wait. Your free ebook is available now, but only a few copies. Check the first pinned comment to claim yours before it's gone. Among the congregation, personal experiences varied widely. An old woman who had been going to that church for decades for Mass said it was the most meaningful moment of her life, and that she was sure she had seen something holy. A younger man, hesitant but intrigued, admitted that while he had never been particularly religious, what he saw made him reconsider his beliefs. Others, unwilling to accept supernatural explanations, remained firm in their conviction that there had to be a logical reason behind it. As the footage continued to gain traction, journalists and religious scholars alike turned their attention to Costa Rica. What had started as a quiet morning Mass in a modest parish had now become a global conversation, drawing curiosity, faith, and scrutiny in equal measure. Some recalled the case of Lanciano, Italy, where an 8th century priest, doubting the real presence of Christ in the Eucharist, witnessed the host transform into human flesh. Others referenced the more recent case of Buenos Aires in the 1990s, where a discarded consecrated host reportedly developed blood-like properties, later analyzed by scientists who claimed it contained living heart tissue. These past events had undergone rigorous theological and scientific examination, fueling debates on whether the Costa Rican incident warranted the same level of scrutiny. Within the Catholic Church, miracles linked to the Eucharist have always been approached with caution. While faith plays a central role in the acceptance of such phenomena, the Vatican employs strict guidelines before granting official recognition. Investigations often take years, requiring testimony from witnesses, theological assessment, and, when necessary, forensic analysis. Even though some events have huge effects on the places they happen in, they are never officially confirmed because there isn't enough proof that can be checked. The case in Costa Rica now faced similar hurdles as religious authorities deliberated on how to proceed. Beyond theological circles, scientific perspectives on Eucharistic miracles have varied widely. Some researchers have attempted to find rational explanations, suggesting that cases of glowing hosts or apparent physical transformations might be attributed to environmental factors, biological processes, or even mass psychological perception. Others, however, have admitted that certain aspects of these events defy conventional understanding. In past investigations, medical and forensic professionals unaffiliated with the Church have studied samples from hosts that displayed anomalies, at times encountering findings that challenge scientific norms. In Costa Rica, religious scholars, digital analysts, and local clergy now found themselves navigating a similar landscape. Some urged patience, emphasizing the need for a thorough investigation before drawing conclusions. Others argued that, in an age dominated by skepticism, faith alone should be enough to accept the event as a divine sign. Meanwhile, debates raged online, with some individuals calling for deeper scrutiny of the footage, while others passionately defended their belief in the miraculous nature of what had transpired. With global attention focused on the small parish, the next steps remained unclear. The Church had yet to issue an official statement, and for those who had witnessed the event firsthand, the experience lingered in their minds as something far beyond human explanation. Some answers come when we least expect them. Get your free ebook now while copies last. Find it in the first pinned comment. The Church's response to alleged supernatural events follows a careful and deliberate process. Before acknowledging any occurrence as miraculous, religious authorities must evaluate multiple factors, ensuring that no natural or deceptive explanation can account for what transpired. In past cases, theologians, scientists, and even skeptics have been involved in assessing claims, determining whether an event aligns with Catholic doctrine or is the result of external influences such as optical illusions, technological interference, or psychological factors. Reports from Costa Rica now faced similar scrutiny. Some clergy members approached the situation with open minds, while others warned against jumping to conclusions too quickly. The Vatican had yet to comment, but experts familiar with church investigations knew that official recognition, if it were ever to come, would take years. In the meantime, religious leaders in the area told the faithful to think about the greater meaning of the Eucharist instead of just watching an odd event happen. Discussions within the scientific community further complicated the debate. Experts in digital imaging examined the available footage, searching for indications of visual distortion or camera malfunctions. While some pointed to possible technical explanations, Others acknowledged the challenges in replicating the exact conditions seen in the recording. Human perception also became a focal point of analysis, as studies have long demonstrated that collective belief can influence how individuals interpret ambiguous visual stimuli. Skepticism remained strong among those who sought rational explanations. Some insisted that environmental lighting, camera exposure settings, or even video compression artifacts could create the illusion of disappearing hands. Others went further, suggesting that the event might have been a deliberate fabrication, though no evidence supporting manipulation had emerged. Regardless of differing opinions, the sheer volume of discussions surrounding the event ensured that it would not fade from public discourse anytime soon. Despite the uncertainties, the event had already left a lasting impression. Attendance at masses in the parish had surged, with visitors travelling from different regions to witness the place where it had all occurred. Prayer groups formed, and some individuals claimed to have experienced personal spiritual awakenings as a result of what they had seen. Regardless of the final outcome of any investigation, for many, the significance of the moment was already undeniable. The growing interest surrounding the event did not go unnoticed by church authorities. While local clergy maintained a neutral stance, advising caution and discernment, the case had reached higher levels of ecclesiastical hierarchy. Inquiries were initiated, with diocesan officials reviewing testimonies and considering the need for further investigation. The Vatican, though silent on the matter, had previously established protocols for handling claims of supernatural occurrences. If deemed necessary, a commission of theologians, historians, and scientists could be appointed to evaluate the incident in greater depth. Beyond religious institutions, the case had also gained attention among independent researchers. Some digital analysts attempted to reconstruct the conditions under which the footage had been recorded, testing different lighting scenarios and video compression techniques to determine whether the visual anomaly could be artificially replicated. Others examined the psychological aspect, exploring how expectation, faith, and collective emotion might have influenced the way people perceived the event. Reports and counter-arguments flooded online platforms, each side reinforcing its position with technical explanations, personal testimonies, or theological interpretations. In that brief instant, reality seemed to shift, leaving witnesses stunned. If you're searching for proper knowledge, don't miss out. Download your free ebook today. Few copies available. Check the first pinned comment. Meanwhile, similar claims of mysterious phenomena during masses in other parts of the world resurfaced, drawing parallels between the Costa Rican event and past incidents. Some believers pointed to recent reports of hosts exhibiting unexplained luminosity or even spontaneous transformations, seeing them as further evidence of divine intervention. Critics, however, argued that the increased accessibility of recording devices and social media had made it easier for misinterpretations or exaggerated accounts to spread, leading to a rise in unverified claims. If this message makes you think and you feel it connects with you, don't forget to like it, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. Also, if you really want to support our work and help us keep creating valuable content, consider giving us a super thanks. Join this amazing community and don't miss any news. Amid the debates, the power of digital media in shaping modern perceptions of faith became evident. Unlike historical Eucharistic miracles, which were primarily known through word of mouth and official church documentation, this event had unfolded in real time, with footage instantly accessible to millions worldwide. The viral nature of the video ensured that conversations extended far beyond religious circles, attracting the interest of skeptics, scientists, and journalists alike. Regardless of differing opinions, one undeniable fact remained. the event had reignited discussions about the presence of the divine in everyday life. Whether interpreted as an authentic sign from heaven, a rare visual anomaly, or a simple misunderstanding, its impact had already reached countless individuals. And as the footage continued to be analyzed, dissected, and debated, the mystery surrounding that moment in Costa Rica persisted.